Red Sprinter of 2014. Stay alert for this one, or you could miss the action.
These days.
There are few things more enjoyable to today's racing than watching a top-class sprinter operate at the highest level. In 2014, the Power family got to enjoy two such horses, and it was Slade Power who dominated the summer's racing, firstly at Royal Ascot in the Diamond Jubilee Stakes.
Slade Power now comes through to try and take it up. Goes on to a stare in second. Music Master, Due Diligence, the near side. Tropics behind those. Al Jammy is coming through as well. Racing towards the line, no Slade Power in front. Due Diligence trying to get to him. It's Slade Power with a diminishing margin. He wins. He happens. Due Diligence a little bit late on. Al Jammy goes past with him for second.
Those who reopposed the new Sprinting King in the Dali July Cup were once again unable to live with his sheer speed and awesome power.
Wide across the course, and Nuso Canarius pressed by Slade Power, Tropics and Hot Streak on the far side. Near side, Cougar Mountain running a mighty race with Undrafted. Slade Power far side with Tropics, Nuso Canarius. Then behind these, Undrafted Gregorian coming home well, but out in front it is Slade Power on the run to the line, and it is Slade Power to prevent the Dali July Cup. Tropics Gregorian side for second.
Slade Power has since retired to Gildangan Stud, but with the support he is sure to receive, it looks like the Power family will get lots of enjoyment watching his stock succeed on the racetrack.
Well, there's nothing more pleasurable at the races than watching excited owners enjoying their successes, and this lady does that. Please welcome the breeder of Slade Power and his joint owner, Sabina Power, accompanied by the other joint owner and the horse's trainer, Eddie Lynham. Well, Slade Power earned well over £1 million while racing, now of course set to embark on a new career in the covering shed at Gildangan Stud. And of course, Sabina and Eddie have sole power to fly the flag again in 2015. Many thanks again to Jerry, Joe Osborne, Jimmy Hyland and all the team at Gildangan, and well done Sabina and Eddie on yet another well-deserved award after a momentous year. Well done to all. Now, Simon Kearns from Tattersalls Ireland is next on stage to present an award to the breeder of one of the most exciting national hunt horses in training. This is a flavour of what he has achieved to date.
These days.
Racing enthusiasts are drawn to the Cheltenham Festival on an annual basis to see champions crowned. But even with all this quality packed into 4 days, there are some special horses that stand out from the crowd.
Sherlock is driven. Ballyolton on the outside. Lieutenant Colonel followed by Raffindon, who tries to barge his way through. Racing down towards the final flight, and it is Fahine who has gone clear. Ruby Walsh and Fahine at the last, away and clear. Ballyolton and to the inside Raffindon, followed by Killala Key and 12 Roses. That's powering up the Cheltenham Hill. It is Fahine for Willie Mullins and for Ruby Walsh. Fahine wins the Neptune. Ballyolton ran huge for second and Raffindon in third.
We are treasures that they hide.
Fahine's Cheltenham success will long last in the memory, but when he stepped down to 2 miles for the Herald Champion Novice Hurdle at Punchestown, he showed he was still improving as he put in a display that was simply awesome.
Faheen is raced clear. Coming down towards the final flight in the Herald Champion Novice Hurdle. It's Faheen and Ruby Walsh a long, long way clear. At the final flight, Faheen is safely over and clear of Valserlito, his stable companion, then Western Boy and Sergeant Reckless next. But it's back-to-back Grade 1s for Faheen and 7 races unbeaten. Faheen and Ruby Walsh win by half the track. Valserlito, Sergeant Reckless.
Faheen has continued in this same impressive form this season, and his breeder looks sure to have many more great days to enjoy.
Well, the West is most certainly awake tonight, and it's a pleasure to welcome Tume breeder and medical doctor John Waldron to come forward to accept the award for breeding the unbeaten Faheen. Delighted to see Ruby Walsh here in the audience tonight. Ruby, looking forward to partnering this fellow, I'm sure, at Cheltenham come March time. Certainly the poster boy for National Hunt Racing, and we send our best wishes, of course, tonight as well to Tattersalls Ireland Managing Director Roger Casey. Not here tonight, but of course planning celebrations of the 40th Derby sale this coming June. So many thanks to Simon Kearns, many congratulations to John, and well done, continued success to Faheen. Well, the award for leading hurdler is sponsored by Goffs this year, and to make the presentation, we have the company's Director of Sales and, I'm delighted to say, Irish Field columnist Nick Nugent. The horse that earned the award for his breeder was a hero at Cheltenham back in March. So have a look at this footage.
These days.
It takes a rare mare to breed 4 Grade 1 horses, but that is what La Noire has done. And in the 2014 Stan James Champion Hurdle, she enjoyed her offspring's greatest success to date.
As it raced towards the second from home, Jeski on the inside, Hurricane Fly to the outside, Captain CB is trying to hang tough. Now he angles to the inside on My Tent or Yours as they make the turn in. It's Hurricane Fly taken on by the J.P. McManus Battalion as they race down towards the final quarter mile. It is Jeski who strikes the lead. My Tent or Yours looms towards the inside. The final flight, Jeski's over in front, more fluent than My Tent or Yours in second. Hurricane Fly sees his title slipping in third. 100 yards to go. Jeski to My Tent or Yours, who's coming hard. Here's the line. Jeski is the champion hurdler from My Tent or Yours.
The class of Jeski, following his tremendous champion hurdle display, was never in doubt, but it was Punchestown in 2014 and a rematch with his old adversary Hurricane Fly that attracted huge crowds and sealed Jeski's status as hurdler of the year.
Tony McCoy has gone for his whip, but still leads at the final flight. They're coming down to the last. It's a battle of the champions. Jeski from Hurricane Fly. They're on the run up towards the finish. It's the young pretender. It's going to take away the crown again from Hurricane Fly. The champion hurdler is the champion at Punchestown as Tony McCoy pats Jeski. He's made all to win.
With Cheltenham fast approaching and Jeski once again heading to Cheltenham, his breeder Gerard McGrath looks sure to have many more days to enjoy.
Well, of course, Jeski and Hurricane Fly, along with a few others, aim to provide us with yet another outstanding renewal of the BHP Irish Champion Hurl at Leopardstown tomorrow. But for tonight, the breeder in the limelight is Gerry McGrath. I've no doubt that this award will sit nicely on the McGrath family sideboard with last year's award given to Jerry for Jeskey's Dam. We're delighted also to welcome tomorrow's champion hurl sponsor Mark Phelan here tonight, and we wish both horses and all connections well tomorrow. So well done, Jerry. Thanks Nick, Henry Beebe and Goffs for the sponsorship. Now, before I call our next sponsor to the stage, I'm sure you won't mind, and he won't mind, if I take a moment to welcome and pay tribute to a special man here tonight. Weatherby's Ireland GSB are the award sponsors, and their recently retired CEO, Joe Kiernan, along with his wife Bernadette, are here tonight. Joe has been an amazing friend both to the industry and to many of us here for a very long time, and I would just ask you to acknowledge his presence tonight with a generous round of applause. And now I will call on the man who is the current CEO, Ronan Murphy, to come up and present the award for the best staying hurdler. This County Wicklow bred gelding is deserving of the accolade, and here's why.
These days.
The unbeaten More of That graduated to the top table of staying hurdlers in 2014, and it was the Osborne House Relkeel Hurdle at Cheltenham where he first laid his claim to be the leading staying hurdler.
Third, Salubrious being hunted down by More of That with his unbeaten record on the line. Salubrious comes towards the last, jumps it well. More of That's got to within a length or so, and now they set up the running. Salubrious, More of That just being held together. Tony McCoy doesn't want to get to the front too soon. I think he has the feels, he has the horse to do so. He's got to the lead now. Can Salubrious fight back? More of That held together. I think now length clear, and More of That a touch cosily retains his unbeaten record. Salubrious, a good ride in defeat in second.
However, it was the Ladbrokes World Hurdle where More of That faced Big Bucks, Annie Power and At Fisher's Cross that was to decide the season's leading staying hurdler.
Ridden along two from home, Rev de Cibolo with Rule the World and At Fisher's Cross. They're over. Big Bucks on the inside. Annie Power has now pulled off the rails to try and begin her challenge towards the centre. Rev de Cibolo, Rule the World, At Fisher's Cross. Big Bucks up the inside. More of That and Annie Power. Six of them is heading towards the last. At Fisher's Cross has moved through the lead. Rule the World in second. Annie Power and More of That, the unbeaten pair. Big Bucks labouring slightly on the inside. Annie Power pushes her way through to challenge At Fisher's Cross, and More of That at the last. More of That and Annie Power are changing at the tide of the stayers, both with unbeaten records, come to the last together. More of That on the right, Annie Power on the left. The two set up the Cheltenham Hill. It's More of That, Barry Geraghty, narrowly from Annie Power, who enters unknown territory, and it's More of That who's going to preserve the unbeaten record. More of That, 5 out of 5, wins the Ladbrokes World Hurdle for Barry Geraghty.
More of That is once again aiming at the stayers hurdle at Cheltenham, and his breeder Eleanor Haddon has a horse she can be very proud to have bred.
Well, indeed, More of That has Cheltenham in his sights for JP McManus and John Joe O'Neill, and cheering him up that hill will be his breeder. Please welcome Eleanor Haddon. The Haddon family has a long history of breeding top-class National Hunt horses, while Eleanor's son Gary is now a top-flight pedigree expert and a key breeding advisor on the flat too. I've no doubt that the family record will be enhanced further in the years ahead. Our thanks to Ronan, who's joined tonight by a host of Weatherby stalwarts, and well done again, Eleanor Haddon. Now, Declan Landy Fencing is celebrating 25 years in business this year, and in this landmark year, we offer a special welcome to Declan. A long-time sponsor on this night, Declan will present the award this year to the breeder of a horse that lit up the racecourse at both Cheltenham and Aintree in 2014.
Holywell came into the 2014 season as a leading prospect in the novice chase division, and those who believed in him had their faith well rewarded.
Green flag staying on up the hill they go. It's Maffiole in front. Here's the race on up the hill in the hands of Nico de Boinville. Holywell on the inside is challenging now for Richie McClernand, drawing alongside Holywell up the inner, and Holywell, last year's Pertemps winner, is going to win it again here. Wins the Bailey and Harding Affordable Luxury Handicap Chase.
Holywell still had more to that he showed the true range of his powers with a devastating display of power and jumping in the Betfair Mobile Mildmay Novices Chase.
Here comes the 19th and final fence. Holywell soars over the fence. What a great lead there. He's 10 lengths in front now from Don Cossack. Then wonderful Charm back in third and running up towards the line. It's 4 wins in a row for Holywell, who wins for Ginger O'Neill and AP McCoy in the colours of Gay Smith.
Hollywell's next target is the Cheltenham Gold Cup, and with 2 festival wins already under his belt, his breeder Patrick Doyle will be looking forward to Friday, the 13th of March.
Well, he bred Holywell at his Slaney River stud in Wexford and is here tonight to accept his reward. Please give a warm welcome for Paddy Doyle. Declan presenting the trophy to Paddy. His stud is based in Killuran in County Wexford, and Paddy is joined here tonight by his wife Bernie, and we send our best wishes to their son Kevin, the Irish international footballer. Holywell was sold as a 3-year-old at Goffs for €7,000, and after winning a point-to-point made £70,000 the following year at Brightwells. So well done again to Paddy. Thanks again to Declan for making the presentation. Now, Sean Barrett Bloodstock Insurance also has a long association with these awards, and it's always a pleasure to welcome John Barrett to present at what is effectively an après-ski party for him, I believe. This is for the leading chaser, and victories do not come much better than this one at Cheltenham in March.
The Cheltenham Gold Cup is the pinnacle of steeplechasing, and this year's award winner has had his eyes firmly focused on this pinnacle since he first showed ability to his trainer Jim Colotti. Lord Windermere first showed his love for the Cheltenham Hill that defines so many careers in the 2013 RSA Chase.
Third Lord Windermere coming for another crack. Boston Bob's down with the race at his mercy, and now it's Lyrene Legend and Lord Windermere, the Irish pair up the hill, and it's Lord Windermere who moves to the front. Lyrene Legend in second place, Lord Windermere edging out under pressure, but will score for Davy Russell and Jim Colotti. Lord Windermere it is who wins the RSA.
However, it was Cheltenham 2014 when Lord Windermere wrote his name in the history books with a stirring finish under Davy Russell in one of the tightest Gold Cup finishes in recent history.
Bolster is staying on, Triello Delane as well as they're over the second last, and it's Silviniano Conti out the lead, drifts across in front of Bobsworth, who now cuts to his inside. Still Lord Windermere continues to stay on as they come towards the 22nd and final fence. Silviniano Conti had the lead over Bobsworth in second. Lord Windermere, the giant bolster on the near side, on his own begins to rally. It's Lord Windermere who now takes the lead with on his own rallying to the near side, racing up towards the line. Lord Windermere ahead in front.
congratulations to Edmund Coleman on achieving every National Hunt breeder's dream, breeding a Cheltenham Gold Cup winner.
Well, the Cheltenham Gold Cup is the holy grail of National Hunt racing, and I'm thrilled for Killa County Cork breeder Edmund Coleman, who will now step up to receive his award. Well, Lord Windermere comes alive at Cheltenham, and 2 years ago he landed the RSA there. He was the highlight of a brilliant Cheltenham last year for another Corkman in Davy Russell, and who'd rule him out for a third attempt this year. Thanks to John, and well done again to Edmund Coleman. Now, Pat Downs hot-footed it here from the Stallion Trail presentation of the Stallions at Giltan Stud, and he's come to present the award for Small Breeder. And I can think of very few people who deserve to win this more than tonight's recipients. This is their story.
These days.
Every small breeder dreams of breeding a classic winner or a Group 1 winner, or perhaps just a leading 2-year-old or sprinter. This year's recipient of Small Breeder of the Year didn't settle for breeding any of the above. They have bred them all, and from a small select band of broodmares.
Speciosa are in front as they race inside the final furlong, and Michael Fenton chased by Nasheej and Confidential Lady. Speciosa for a special result in the 1,000 guineas. Speciosa wins for Pam Sly. 2 or 3 lengths clear.
With Speciosa becoming a classic winner for Kevin and Mita's family-run stud, she heads a roster of winners any farm would be proud to have bred. Horses like Irish Guineas winner Bakir, Graphic.
But Graphic and Frankie Dettori from Willie Haggis look like landing the Messidor, and it's Graphic out in front.
The unbeaten listed 2-year-old Irish Rookie, as well as the much-loved international Group 1 winner Wigmore Hall.
I bought Bakir off them, who won the Irish 2000 Guineas, trained by John Goldson, but I think obviously it was an inspired breeding by them, and he was raised in very good ground. It's thrilling to breed a horse of that calibre, and you know, in a restricted pool of broodmares, it's even more remarkable and a huge achievement.
The fact about the Cullens is they are leaders rather than followers in this industry. I'm delighted they're getting an award. The number of good horses they breed is quite remarkable, but it's not an accident. They think it through very carefully. I'd have to say one complaint I would have about going to the Cullens is that they are so hospitable that you can never get away from there without eating and drinking far more than you should. But you learn a lot when you're sitting in that conservatory, and long may it continue. It's a very much a family project, and it's a fascinating evolution actually, how the girls have got more and more involved. The one thing that stayed in common is it seems to be good horses coming out every year.
It means a lot to them, and they have been ITBA members for a very long time, so just to be told that you're doing a good job, that means a lot.
Recognised by your peers, just once in a while, it's nice.
We're still learning, and we're learning from mum and dad, so
we're learning from the best.
It's a privileged position to be in.
When it comes to the meetings, it's democratic, but we have some pretty heated discussions, and in the end, though, it comes down to experience. Yeah. So mom and dad will have the final
say. They do, yeah. Dad gets very excited when Michael Sadler arrives. When our vet gives us good news, he gets a big kiss. We'd like to say thank you first, because we really appreciate it. It has meant they've been the best teachers in the world, and we couldn't have asked for better parents. Yeah. I'd agree with that. I'm just really proud of them. I mean, it's not easy, and they love what they do, and they've taught us that if you love what you do, then you don't work a day in your life. So, yeah.
For consistently breeding quality racehorses, the team at Middle Lane Farm, led by Kevin and Mita Cullen, are the recipients of this year's Small Breeders of the Year award.
Well, the backbone of this wonderful industry of ours are people like tonight's recipients of the Small Breeder Award. Please give your best reception to Kevin and Mita Cullen. As you can see, this is the most popular success and a very appropriate one for Pat Downs to present, as the Classic Hope Irish Rookie is a daughter of their former stallion, Asa Moore. Of course, he's been replaced at Giltown this year by Born to See. Now, I know they're camera shy and microphone shy, but as you can see, Kevin and Mita joined by their daughters, but I'm going to grab them in a second and have a word with them. And I think you will agree they are the most deserving recipients of this Small Breeder Award.
Don't go anywhere. Just looking away from me isn't going to get you away. Well done to you both. How do you feel about this?
His Highness the Irish Khan and the Thoroughbred Breed Association for this wonderful award, and it's terrific, fantastic.
A number of very good horses mentioned in that piece. Any of them a particular favourite?
Well, I suppose Bashir. He was our first classic winner, and Julian was the winner of that. And after that, you kind of get used to it, you know.
I love your modesty, Kevin. I love your modesty. Tell me, I'm sure you have great hopes for Irish Rookie, classic hopes for next year. Have you heard how she's done through the winter?
Yes, she's doing very well. And our first challenge will be the Nell Gwyn. And after that, depending on how she goes, will be the Guineas.
So you're looking forward to being back here next year, maybe for another award?
Well, you have to keep looking forward and hoping, yeah.
And now, just between us here, now there's a number of sales company representatives out here. In fact, all the sales companies represented. Would you like to tease them with a couple of the offerings you have for later this year?
Well, we have some nice ones, but I suppose the standout one would be the Dream Ahead. Yearling filly, half-sister to Wigmore Hall, and we're very excited about her.
Fantastic. Well, we wish you the very best. As I say, I know that when the news got out that you were the recipients of this, the swell of goodwill for you both was amazing. It's well deserved. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin and Mita Cullen.
When Kevin was expressing the fact that he was a little nervous about coming up, I did tell him that when I managed to get Tony O'Callaghan to speak up here, I could probably get anybody to speak. So well done to Kevin and Mita. Now, David O'Loughlin is next to the stage on behalf of Coolmore Stud. This award honours someone who has made an outstanding contribution to the industry, and I'm thrilled to see last year's recipient, Des Layden, here tonight. Who is this year's honoree? Let's see.
Juddmonte Farms have long been established as one of the thoroughbred industry's greatest racing dynasties. It was in 1979 when Known Fact first carried these now famous colours to Group 1 victory in the Middle Park Stakes. Juddmonte has also had a long and established association with Ireland, with the majority of their European stock are reared in County Meath. It is here that so many top-class horses have spent their formative years, the latest and the greatest being Frankel.
Inside the last furlong, Frankel in front, here comes, straight win. His 6th Group 1 victory, and as they run towards the line, Frankel remains unbeaten and remains to look invincible. Frankel won.
Kingman taking a long time to get balance. Now begins to surge. Kingman carrying a Coronado, and Kingman will run him down. He took longer to get organised, but he's won the Sussex Stakes.
Rory Mahon is the man charged with overseeing the Irish operation, and it is Rory that Juddmonte trust with the rearing, breaking and educating successive generations of top-class horses.
The beauty of someone like Rory is he knows them, he gets to know them, he feels how they're going, you get a great idea from him of what sort of calibre and what sort of quality you're dealing with. So it makes my job incredibly easy when I'm just spending time with him. And I mean, we have the most fantastic day, mornings on the gallops at Ferrans, especially when it's all quiet and everything. And he'd turn to me and say, "Don't tell anyone, we do this for nothing."
Well, Rory, if I was to term Rory, he's the professional's professional. And everything else I can say follows from that. I'm so fortunate that he's the key man in Ireland, in Juddmonte. The way the yearlings are prepared, the way they're broken, the way they come to me is a credit to him. Nothing is left undone, no stone is left unturned. He's just, as I said, he's the professional's professional. He's so knowledgeable, he knows his horses. And he's just a wonderful guy to work with. And I think it's just his innate knowledge of horsemanship is superb.
I'm not too convinced that without Rory being in Ireland, whether Juddmonte would have quite the same presence as we have, because he is pivotal to the whole operation. Rory, I mean, he lives and breathes Juddmonte, and it's a huge pleasure, you know, when I go over and see him and his enthusiasm and the way he runs the farms. And the only thing I've learnt about Rory, never try and keep up with him, because I've never known anyone walk so fast in my life. But he is absolutely brilliant. I can't give him more credit than just say that he's the ultimate manager as far as we're concerned, and there's no one more capable, and we're just very, very lucky to have him.
Some of the world's greatest horses are annually reared and prepared to do their best under the watchful eye of Rory Mahon, and he is truly deserving of this special recognition award.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a great welcome to this year's award winner, Rory Mahon. A special welcome tonight to Rory's family and colleagues, especially to Philip Mitchell, who is the General Manager of Juddmonte Farms and who's travelled tonight to be present with Rory and Tess.
I'm hoping to have a couple of words with you, Rory. I know that you're not looking forward to this part, but anyway. First question, one word, Frankel. What does he mean to you?
Lifetime dream to me and to everybody in Juddmonte.
And how early did you notice the exceptional promise in the horse?
Well, he was born by probably the world's greatest sire, out of a very good mare by Dane Hill. Stood on good limbs, very correct. He had every chance if he had an engine after that.
And I mean, you've had many through your hands. Was he the best, and is he likely to be the best?
He's the best that I ever saw, and he's the best that I ever will see.
Well, that's some commendation. You've been a long time with Juddmonte. It's something that a lot of your colleagues have as well. What's so special about the operation?
Juddmonte, you're working with great people. When you get up in the morning, you'd rather go to work than go on holidays. That's Juddmonte to me.
I'm sure Tess is delighted with that, is she?
Well, Tess has played second to Juddmonte for years. She's still with me, and that is an achievement.
Speaking of Tess, I mean, apart from Juddmonte, you also have a very successful farm of your own, a family business as such.
Family business. Tess put a lot of effort into this. It's been very lucky for us. I inherited it off my father, and you know, we've had a lot of good days.
And tell me, wonderful horses through there, Frankel, Kingman, so many good ones. Is there another one there?
Well, we've Frankel's full brother there, who is a very nice horse. He's gone to Andre Fab. 3-year-old, expecting to win a derby. So that's the next expectation.
Well, it's been a fantastic life, a fantastic career, a career with still a great future. We wish you the very best, and to everybody in Juddmonte, ladies and gentlemen, the Special Recognition Award winner, Rory Mahon.
Thank you very much.
And of course, our thanks to David O'Loughlin and Team Coolmore for their sponsorship of that award. Well, I hope you have enjoyed the award so far, but now the Hall of Fame presentation is the highlight of the evening. This award will be presented by the ITBA Chairman, Derek Eyston, and Minister Tom Hayes. On your tables, you have the list of previous winners, including Jim Bulger last year, and it's good to see Jim and Jackie here tonight. We can now see a tribute to this year's winner.
These days.
His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum is a man with a long and growing history with Ireland. His purchase of Derrinstown Stud in 1982 as a 375-acre farm and its expansion to over 2,000 acres today is an example of his commitment to Ireland and the key position it holds in his worldwide operation. His mission statement for Derrinstown Stud and his involvement in Ireland is that Ireland has proved itself in the business of breeding champions, and the investment in Ireland was made for one simple reason: to create a facility that helps us raise horses that will become future athletes of the highest calibre. As big an investment as Derrinstown Stud is, Sheikh Hamdan never settled for just that. His investment in Irish bloodstock has been simply colossal, and his successes around the world with Irish-bred horses has been astounding. It is 30 years now since the success of Al Bahatri in the 1985 Irish 1000 Guineas, his first Irish Classic winner, and she was followed by the great Salsabil in the 1990 Irish Derby.
And now racing past the two, it's Deploy in the lead. From Quest for Fame, Salsabil now coming in between horses. Belmez is fourth, and now Salsabil being produced to challenge Deploy. And Salsabil comes up on the near side to hit Deploy, and these two are battling it out. And Salsabil is going to rewrite the history books. The first filly in 90 years. Salsabil beats Deploy. It's close for third between Belmez and Blue Stag. Quest for Fame, Super Flame, Emperor Jan Cahill, and El Teresa.
Numerous Irish and international classics followed these successes all the way to today.
But it is Tag Ruda who's moved through the lead. Tarfasha, Volume, Inchilla running a massive race, trying to thread the needle to Gruder. It is who leads with over a furlong to go by a couple of lengths from Volume. Tarfasha, Inchilla out of luck. Itimar stays on, but this at the moment is a one filly race, and that one filly is to Gruder, unbeaten, and to Gruder makes it 3 out of 3 and wins the Investing Oaks.
As everybody knows, he's absolutely passionate about this business, and the wonderful thing is for me that he's involved from the ground up. He loves them, he's particularly keen on his breeding. That he gets videos of some of the foals when they're born. He gets to see them when he goes to Derrinstown. He particularly likes looking at the yearlings at least twice a year, and obviously then following them through to their racing career and beyond if they're good enough for the stud. So his involvement literally covers every sphere of it.
He's a very humble person and very, very loyal. And he's been a staunch supporter of mine for 42 years. And he's been a great man. And a pleasure to work with, and always very, very helpful and very sincere person.
Fantastic. Compliment the Irish Thoroughbred Breeders Association on making an award, a long overdue award, to Sheikh Hamdan. He's been a stalwart of the industry in Ireland for a number of years. Great supporter of Irish bloodstock, great supporter of Irish racing, and a wonderful horseman, so a well-deserving recipient of the award.
What he represents is a great supporter of Irish bloodstock, and I think we all owe him a huge debt of gratitude for the wonderful support he's given us down the years. He's been a leading buyer at Goffs, therefore he's supporting the major Irish breeders who bring their best horses to Goffs year after year. Happily, we've sold him some really good ones, going back to the likes of Marju and more recently Betra and Tarfasha this year. He's a very knowledgeable man. He's a very modest man. It's always a great pleasure to meet him. We love it when we see him walking into Goffs. He's been a leading buyer at the Alby sale. He was this year. He buys at the top of the market at our foal sale. So he's a great supporter of Irish horses. He's a great supporter of Goffs. And he's somebody that we rejoice in seeing, and we love it when he wins.
I'm absolutely delighted for Sheikh Hamdan. I mean, he's been a fantastic friend to Ireland for over 30 years. He's been a great supporter of the Irish breeders. I mean, both standing stallions in Ireland and also supporting their horses at the yearling sales as well. And last year he was actually leading buyer at Goffs. So, I mean, in fairness to Sheikh Hamdan, he's been a wonderful supporter of the Irish thoroughbred breeding business. I mean, Sheikh Hamdan is absolutely passionate about his horses. Whether it's on the gallops, looking at a really good piece of work, or whether it's waiting for one of his important mares to foal, or whether it's actually at a racetrack and seeing one of his horses win, every facet of the business he absolutely loves. And his loyalty to his people on the farms and to his horses is just incredible, and I really couldn't think of anybody else I would rather work for. And he's a tremendous horseman with horsemanship skills, probably honed from when he was a young man himself, riding horses in the desert with his brothers. And I think, you know, it's wonderful to see, even after all these years, the passion and the love that he has for anything that's thoroughbred, and we're very, very lucky.
Delighted to welcome to the stage to accept the award on behalf of Sheikh Hamdan. Please welcome Stephen Collins. Stephen is General Manager of Derrinstown Stud. They've been very busy in the last few days with the Stallion Trail and now gearing up for a busy season with their 4 stallions, Arcano, Hatif, Intikab and Tanayoz. Now, while Sheikh Hamdan obviously isn't here, I know he has sent a message, and I'm going to now invite Stephen to come and read the message from Sheikh Hamdan.
Thank you, everybody. Obviously, Sheikh Hamdan is absolutely thrilled to win this extremely prestigious award, and he just apologises that he couldn't be here tonight. So he penned a few words during the week, and this is it. Minister Hayes, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to start by thanking the Irish Thoroughbred Breeders Association for selecting me to receive this very prestigious award. I am delighted to accept this elite role of honour in the Hall of Fame and join some of the world's greatest racing personalities, such as my brother, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, and His Highness the Aga Khan. 2014 was a fantastic year for my operation in Europe, and the team at Derrinstown Stud played a major role in the success. I love coming to Ireland. I think it is some 32 years since I first visited, and I enjoy very much going to see the yearlings at the beginning of each year at my stud farm, and then to Gough Sales to support the Irish breeders. I have over 100 staff in Ireland, and I would like to thank them for all their dedication and hard work. Ireland has a huge amount of very talented horsemen and women who have enriched my operations over the years. Kevin Pendergast and Dermot Weld are my Irish trainers, and they continue to produce a constant supply of winners for me on the racetrack. Some of my greatest memories in racing are those that happened in Ireland, such as Irish 1000 Guineas winners Alba Hatry, Mattia, Methaf and Betra, Salsaville, winner of the Irish Derby, Muthram and Elma Mull, winners of the Irish Champion Stakes, Musif, winner of the National Stakes, and more recently, Tarfasha and Mustajib, who represented me so well in Ireland last year. The United Arab Emirates and Ireland enjoy a very cordial relationship in many aspects, such as trade, and the Irish community enjoys visiting our country, and we look forward to strengthening these ties in the future. In conclusion, I am sorry to miss this special occasion, but I look forward to being with you in the not too distant future at the yearling sales. I wish you all a wonderful evening, and congratulations to all the winners on the night. Thank you very much from Sheikh Hamdan.
Well, we wish every success for the year ahead to you, Stephen, and all the team at Derrinstown, and please pass on the congratulations of everyone here to Sheikh Hamdan. And a big thank you also to the chairman of the ITBA, Derek Eyston, and our guest of honour, Minister Hayes, for making the presentation. Well, that's nearly it. Thank you all very much for being such a great audience. It's now time to enjoy the music and the crack. A special thank you to everyone who helped to make the evening a success, and a goodbye to our online audience. May I wish you all the very best in 2015. Safe home and good night.
Down the street before, but the pavement always stayed beneath my feet before. All at once am I several stories high, knowing I'm on the street where you live. Are there lilac trees in the heart of town? Can you hear a lark in any other part of town? Does enchantment pour out of every door? No, it's just on the street where you live. And oh, the towering feeling just to know somehow you are near, the overpowering.
Ladies and gentlemen, could I just remind the recipients of awards tonight, would you please go to the front reception now for a group photograph. It's a tradition, so all recipients of awards tonight now, please make your way to the front reception for the group photograph. Thank you.
where you live. People stop and stare, they don't bother me, for there's nowhere else on earth that I would rather be. Let the time go by, I won't care if I can be here on the street where you live. Let me on the street where you live.
Sweet, sweet memories you gave me. You can't beat the memories you gave me.
Take one fresh and tender kiss